Hello and welcome to the online learning session ABB-free at home integrations. Our online learning session take around 30 minutes. The focus is always on a special topic such as free at home integrations today. My name is Thorsten Reivel from the ABB Competence Center Europe Smart Buildings, and together with us is Martin Vichari, and he will present today. So as always, we record this session and send you later the feedback email. Still today I will send you at least a PDF file of this presentation and later then the complete feedback email together with a video recording of the session as well. Martin has prepared some sessions now for free at home, ABB free at home. We started already this week with some basics. Today we talk about the, let's say, established integrations. And I would like to hand over now to Martin and he will continue. Just a moment.
Thank you, Thorsten, for the introduction and welcome everyone and thanks for joining. Thorsten already told you the topic for today are the free at home integrations. So all the more or less, let's say, plug and play integrations which you and your end customers, of course, can use without much effort, let's say. So we have quite a lot topics for today, or quite a lot integrations which we want to show you. So the integrations in general we want to show you are Philips Hue, Sonos, Alexa, Google Home and Miele and Home Connect. So all of these integrations are more or less really plug and play solutions. So even we have a lot of topics today, you will see that the integrations and the way how to use these integrations is not too complicated. So I think we will manage to show you all the integrations today in the 30 minutes. Okay, so let's start first of all with a short overview about the integrations. So which integrations are available, you already heard now. The key aspect for all the integrations is always the smart access point. So when the question comes how we integrate, for example, a Philips Hue or a Sonos or Alexa into free at home, then the connection to these third-party systems is always established via the system access point. Here we have two different ways to integrate these systems. On the one hand, we have more or less network-based integrations. And on the other hand, we have cloud integrations where the programming interfaces of free at home and the third-party devices are communicating via the cloud with each other. I want to start now, first of all, with the integrations which are set up via the network, via your private network. And here the first one is Philips Hue. So what do we have to do when we want to integrate Philips Hue? So some light bulbs, for example, or also some smart sockets from Philips Hue. What do we have to do? So first of all, we need, of course, always the Philips Hue bridge, and we need some bulbs or some smart sockets in this integration. And important is also that we always have to integrate, first of all the light bulbs and the sockets to the Philips Hue app first. So this is always the first step when you want to commission Philips Hue. Make sure that all the devices which you want to use in free at home are available in the Philips Hue app first of all. In the Philips Hue app, we can control round about 50 devices. So there is no really a hard limit, but so from some user reports, the soft limit more or less is around 50 devices for Philips Hue. If you use more, you will maybe get performance issues. So here we always recommend not to use also more than 50 devices. But 50 is, I think, quite a good number. So how the communication is established in general. So what we have to do is we have to use our smart system access point, and we have to use the Philips Hue bridge, and both devices must be located in the same network. So both devices must be connected somehow with your router, via LAN, via Wi-Fi, doesn't matter, but both devices must be connected to the same network. The communication from the Philips Hue bridge to the different light bulbs and smart sockets is established via Zigbee. So here we have Zigbee protocol as communication standard. So this is first of all the first step, or this is how the integration works in general. What do we have to do now when we want to commission the system access point on Philips Hue? First step is always check if really all devices are also visible in your network. So if you open your computer network settings, then you will find all network devices which are available in your private network. So here in this case, for example, my system access point, and I also see here my Philips Hue bridge. So this is always the first step to make sure that all devices are visible in my network. Second step, I open now the free at home commissioning interface, and when you open it and when you log in, then you will directly get a notification that a new Philips Hue bridge has been detected. And by clicking here on Managing Hue bridge, you will be automatically forwarded to the settings of free at home, in detail to the settings of integrations, Hue bridges, and then you will find a list of all Hue bridges here. Of course, you don't have to click on Manage Hue bridge directly. You can also manually navigate to the settings and here to the integrations of the Hue bridge. So now you see here on the right side that we are not connected at the moment, and as soon as you click now here on Connect to the Hue bridge, a pop-up will appear where you have now a time limit of 10 seconds and you have to press the button of the Hue bridge. So physically you have to go to the Hue bridge and press the button of the Hue bridge now. If you fail to do this in this 10 seconds, you will get an error message that the connection could not be established. In this case, please just try again. Make sure that you can press the button within this 10 seconds, and then the status will be indicated as connected now. So now both systems are already connected, means that all the devices which are integrated on this Hue bridge, which are visible also in the Hue app, are now also visible here in the free at home interface. So here in this case, you see now when I go to the device configuration, you see here the Hue actuators, and you see I have here one bulb integrated, and this bulb can be used now also in my free at home interface. What I can do in free at home is, of course, I can first of all link them or place them in my devices menu. So here I go to the device menu, and where do I found the devices? Of course, I have to click here on lights, and on the lights menu you will find now a new icon which is also called dim actuator with a green bulb here as an icon. So this is the indication for the Philips Hue lights here. So now I can simply just drag and drop it to my installation. I will get a pop-up which light I want to add. So here you can identify the lights just like you know it from all the other free at home actuators or devices. So now I can add it to my installation. I can link it simply with a sensor, so with a free at home sensor to make it possible to control the Hue light or the socket also with a free at home sensor. I can of course also use the free at home sensors in scenes. Here it's important to know that when I want to use the Hue lights in scenes, that you really have to define the status which you need for the Philips Hue lights. So for example, if you want to create a scene where the light turns red, that you really have to link the scene with the light and define the status of the light also. So like here, for example, 100% and the red light, then this status will be stored and you can call it again when you want to activate a scene. Also maybe via a sensor, via a panel, or maybe also via the actions menu if you want to create some logic functions. Good, so this was already all for Philips Hue. So you see, quite simple. Even more simple, it's for the Sonos integration. So Sonos, so here also first of all in general, Sonos is a smart speaker system which we can integrate also with as a plug-and-play solution to Free at Home. The limit for the Sonos devices is here that we can integrate 32 speakers to one Sonos system. Main condition when you want to integrate Sonos is here also that all Sonos speakers must be connected to the same network like Free at Home. So you see it also here in where we have more or less the same principle when we want to add Sonos. The system access point and all the Sonos speakers must be connected via LAN or via Wi-Fi to your private network. And this way, both systems can directly communicate with each other via your private network here. So again, when we want to commission Sonos, first step, again, you go to your network settings of your computer. You check are all Sonos speakers available and visible in your network. So you see here in my installation, I have 2 devices, so 2 Sonos speakers which are available, which are visible here, and also my system access point is visible here. As soon as you open now Free at Home, you have to make sure that the integration of Sonos is activated. So this is one setting you find, or one option you find in the settings. Again, when you navigate to integrations, and then you navigate to Sonos integration, you have here one check mark, which is called Activate Sonos Integration. This checkbox must be activated, and this activates more or less the API for Free at Home and Sonos, and after that all the speakers will be automatically detected and you can directly use them in your installation. So you see here on the bottom side that one household is detected here, so both speakers of my both of my Sonos speakers are here integrated to this household, and I can select now that I want to use this group in my Free at Home installation. So how can I place them, link them, and which functions are available? Also, this is quite simple and quite easy. So first of all, in the devices menu, I find now one option which is called Media Player. So when I click here on the option Media Player, I find now one icon for Sonos, and again I can simply drag and drop the Sonos speakers into my installation. Now I get again a list of all of my Sonos speakers. I can select which Sonos speaker I want to add first. So here I have one in the kitchen, one in the living room. I can simply add them, and now I can also link this Sonos speakers, for example, with one of my Free at Home sensors. Depending on which side of the rocker or which function of the rocker you use and link with Sonos, you have different functions available more or less for the left and for the right side. The left side, from the standard implementation, you can always or you always have the function play and pause, and on the right side you have the standard function that you can increase and decrease the volume of the Sonos speaker. So means if you want to have a full control of both sides, you need more or less a rocker with a two-fold rocker with the left and the right side. Of course, you can also say, okay, I just want to use the right side. So this is what I did here in my example. And this way with the right side, I can select if I want to use this as a volume control or also the right side as a playback control, means that I can start and stop the music in my kitchen, for example. Good, so now, so this is the standard application, how we can control Sonos. So as I said, the left side is usually used to say play and pause. With the long press, you can say next title or previous title. On the right side, you usually have the option to increase and decrease the volume. Of course, Sonos can now also be controlled via the panels. So here one example for the 4.3-inch panel. Here we have a dedicated control element for the Sonos speakers. This can be also used just by adding the Sonos control element to one empty space of the 4.3-inch panel. In scenes, we have the same situation like in for Philips Hue also. Means if you want to add Sonos to some scenes, you can also simply link them, and you have to define the status of the Sonos speaker which you want to have. Means if you want to say, oh, if you want to have a scene where the Sonos speaker is playing music, then you also have to define really and activate the music in this moment when you define the scene. Good. The next one is Alexa. So Alexa is our first implementation or integration, which is now not network-based, but which is cloud-based. So where the My Buildings Cloud and the Alexa Cloud are communicating with each other. So this means, what do we have to do, or what are the requirements? Now we need, of course, first of all, an Alexa account and maybe also an Alexa speaker. So for example, an Echo or an Echo Dot or whatever, which device you have. You need also an Amazon account. You need, of course, the free at home system, and you need now also a My Buildings account. And as I said, the connection is established via cloud. So this cloud-to-cloud connection means we also need an internet connection for our Alexa and also for our free at home system. So in general, what happens when you want to switch on a light, for example? The principle is quite easy. The user has to say, Alexa, please switch on the ceiling light or switch on the light in the kitchen or whatever. And this command will be forwarded then to the Alexa service, to the Alexa cloud, which is connected to the My Buildings service. And the My Buildings service is compiling this information now and forwarding it to our system access point, which knows now, okay, you want to switch on this light in the ceiling light in the living room, and the system access point is then the actuator then sending forward the signal to the actuator to switch on the light. So how the installation looks like? First of all, again, we have to log into our free at home user interface, of course. We again navigate to the settings, to the connections, and now we have here one option which is called My Buildings, or here in my case, because I have a Boschega version of the system access point, My Boschega. Here I have now the possibility to go to the connections and connect my system access point now with my My Buildings account. So this is the first step which I have to fulfill. Means here I'm already connected. Usually you have here on the top right side a small button which is called Connect. You have to put in your credentials of your My Buildings portal account, and then you connect your My Buildings account and your system access point. So the state must be connected. This is very important. And then the second step is that you have to activate now the free at home API. So the API is the application programming interface, and this is needed if you want to make sure that the free at home system is allowed and able to communicate with a third-party system, in this case the third-party cloud of Alexa. So this must be activated now, and now you can navigate to the Amazon Alexa app on your smartphone, on your tablet, and this is then the second step of the commission. But this is already all what you have to do on the free at home side. In the Alexa app, what do we have to do now? So we have to open first of all the Alexa app, and we have to navigate now to the menu Skills, and here we have to search for the free at home skill. So you see here I have searched for the free at home skill, and the first one which I see now is already the free at home skill. When I click on the free at home skill, I can now say activate free at home or activate this skill. And now I will be forwarded to the My Buildings portal. Here again, I've been forwarded here to the My Boschega service. The My Boschega cloud and the My Buildings cloud is more or less the same, or it is the same cloud. We only have the differentiation here from the user interface which is visible. So don't be afraid if you are forwarded to the My Bushega portal and not the My Buildings cloud. This is completely the same cloud, the same service, just with another interface. So here I have to put in now my credentials of my Bushega or My Buildings portal account. So the same credentials which I have also put in on my smart system access point. Now I have to click on OK, and you will get then a notification that your Free at Home service or your Free at Home cloud and the Alexa cloud has been paired successfully. Now you can close this window and the search process of all devices which can be controlled with Alexa will start now. So means you click on scan for devices or find devices, and all the Free at Home functions which are available and which can be controlled by the Alexa app will be now added automatically. So this takes some seconds, usually around 45 up to 60 seconds maybe. And after that, all your lights and all the functions from your Free at Home installation can be controlled with Alexa then. So this is already all. You can now control all the functions from Free at Home with your Alexa devices. In the first step, really all devices will be added to the Alexa app. If you say, okay, I want to maybe not to control some of the lights with Alexa, then you can of course disable or delete these devices from the Alexa app. So this is always one important point, because you don't want to have all the devices maybe and all the functions available in the Alexa app. The naming is also always done in the Free at Home app. So if you want to change the name and you say, okay, this is not really user-friendly when I say, I don't know, maybe you have given a wrong name or a bad name for one of the ceiling lights, then you have to change it in the Free at Home app. Door entry functions like door openers will not be forwarded to Alexa. This has security reasons, that no one from outside can talk to Alexa and open the door maybe. Philips Hue devices and Sonos devices both has to be controlled with the Hue skill and with the Sonos skill. So this is not directed forward from the Free at Home side. Here you have to really use the Hue skill and the Sonos skill. Good, and this is already all for Alexa. When it comes to Google Home, I want to shorten this a little bit, because the process when you want to use Google Home as a smart speaker, it's really more or less the same. So we have the same requirements. We have to use a smart speaker of Google, like the Google Nest Mini, Sonos Home is possible, and so on. We need a Google account, we need the Free at Home system, we need the internet connection, and we need a My Buildings account. So same requirements like for Alexa. And also the way how both systems are communicating with each other is completely the same. So we have again here a cloud-to-cloud connection, here not between the Alexa and the My Buildings service, here between the Google service, the Google Cloud, and the My Buildings Cloud. The rest, the way how it works is completely the same. Also the installation is more or less the same. So from Free at Home side, it's really completely the same. Means we have to log into the Free at Home interface. We have to log in again, or if you're already logged in, like here in my case, of course, it's not needed twice. You have to be logged into your My Buildings account, and you have to activate the Free at Home API again. So this is again the same what we have to do on the Free at Home side. And then, of course, we don't open the Alexa app now. We have to open the Google Home app and do the integration from the Google Home side. Also here we have more or less, of course, it's another app, but the process how we want to integrate or how we can integrate the devices from Free at Home is more or less the same. So here we have to go to our home, to the home page and click on Add. So here you have your home page and you click on Add, and then you have to link to a smart home system. you search for free at home, and then you just link the same way like you already linked Alexa. So you will be forwarded to the My Buildings or to the My Bushega cloud. You have to put in your credentials. So you put in your credentials, and then you will be forwarded back to the Google Home app, where all the devices which are available, which can be controlled with Google Home, will be automatically inserted now to the Google Home app. So here, this is really also completely the same. If you don't want to use some of the lights, for example, you can also deactivate them. So the rules and the general information are here more or less the same. Door communication will also be not transferred to Google Assistant due to security system. Philips Hue and Sonos has to be controlled separately, not via the free at home skill. Good. So the last integration is the Miele and the Home Connect integration. So the target here, of course, not only to give another option to control these devices, but really to have one fully integrated, one holistic approach for home automation. Means not only to integrate blinds, lights, heating, and so on. Here we also want to integrate now our home appliance devices. Why do we want to do this? Maybe we want to create some scenes, some time schedules, or some actions like a good morning scene where the lights will be automatically switched on, and maybe also the coffee machine is preheating, that you can directly draw your coffee from your coffee machine, that you have directly a coffee in the morning and you don't have to wait until the coffee machine is preheated. So here we have different use cases why we want to integrate our home appliance devices to free at home. The solution itself is again a cloud-to-cloud connection, as I said, a cloud-to-cloud connection between our My Buildings portal and the Miele cloud or the Home Connect cloud. So the Home Connect devices are mainly Bosch and Siemens, and also some smaller local brands which are locally available in different countries. Important here also, the smart access point and the home appliance devices must be connected with the internet. So the My Buildings service must be activated here for the system access point, and the home appliance devices also has to be connected to the internet. How we activate the devices. So first of all, we have to log in now to the My Bushega or to the My Buildings portal. We have to navigate to the My Home, and there you have the option extensions. And in the option extensions, you can now activate the different partners or the different services which are available. So here you will find mainly Home Connect and also Miele. So if you want to connect now, for example, Home Connect, you click on Start. If Miele is here still available, then you can click on Miele and click Start. You will be forwarded then now, first of all, to the selection of the system access point. So you select the system access point which should be connected with the service. So all system access points which are connected to this My Buildings service will then here be visible. Then you have to put in your Miele or your Home Connect credentials, so your email and your password. You send on Connect, and then the connection to the third-party service will be established. You can now directly select which home appliance devices should be forwarded to free at home. So if you decide, for example, I don't want to have my oven also in free at home, then you can unlink this device, for example, click on continue, and then only the checked devices will be forwarded to your free at home installation. In your free at home installation, all devices will now be available in the device configuration. So here you see all the devices. Important to know is that the name of the device is a very cryptic name in the beginning. So here it makes definitely sense to navigate first of all to the device configuration and give this a speaking name. So here like coffee machine, like dryer, and so on. So here this is a this is a little bit tricky, because here you really have to rename the device that you don't have a cryptic name for the coffee machine. So now we can link the devices, so we can link them with sensors to activate the main function of the home appliances. So all home appliances has one main function. So for example, for the coffee machine, the preheating function is maybe the main function. This can be linked and controlled then with Free at Home. So not all functions of the smart home appliances are integrated to Free at Home. Only really the main function of the device, so like preheating, like status information, this function are forwarded to Free at Home. Good. Now we can also add these devices to our actions, for example, to get notifications when the dryer is finished, for example, or when the I don't know, when the freezer, the door is open, then you can activate a light, a Philips Hue light, or you can also get notifications to your mobile phone or to one of the panels. So here all possibilities which you know from the actions and notifications are of course also available for the home appliance devices. The operation via the panels looks more or less like this. So here we have on the left side, first of all, one screenshot from our Free at Home app. So here you also see, for example, that you get the information, what is the status of the of your freezer, for example, what is the temperature which is inside. And on the panel, for example, you see you get information like how long the dryer still needs, is the coffee machine ready or not, how long the oven still needs, and so on. So mainly you see information about the status of the devices, because from safety relevant or from the safety aspect, it's of course not possible to start the oven remotely. This is not allowed. This has security reason that these functions are of course here not integrated. Last point, troubleshooting. If you have some problems with the Miele and BSH devices, what could be the reason? We have more or less 3 different error states. First of all, the small information icon here. This always means that the manual operation on site of the device is needed. So for example, if a door is still open, then you could see this information icon here, means you have to go there to your freezer or whatever and close the door. Then we have for some devices the situation that there is no standby mode and the devices will be turned off completely. In this case, it's not possible to control them via Free at Home. In this case, you also have to go to the device and turn them on again to have also the communication to Free at Home established again. And the last thing is when an icon turns gray, this means that the connection between Free at Home and this device is deactivated. This should usually not happen on by chance, so this should only really happen on purpose. Means if you'd say, okay, I don't want to have this connection anymore, you can go to the My Buildings portal, you deactivate the connection to this device, and then the icon will turn gray and you can delete this icon and this device from your Free at Home installation. Okay, so this was everything from my side. So I think we can hand back to Torsten.
At the end, I come to my final slides. So around ABB-free at home, you find everything on our homepage, of course. A lot of information with an own, let's say, homepage for ABB-free at home. I have added this here also with a link to this presentation. Our training material is in our training and qualification database, all the recorded sessions we have done and more. Our training calendar. Yeah, we have still 2 sessions this year and we are working on the next year. We have to continue still with online sessions only the next month for sure. We will see what happens, but we will also fill our calendar then with the next online sessions coming next year. Yeah, certified training, so presence training as mentioned not possible, and when we can continue next year we will see, but also this will be informed, or you get the information then on time. Yeah, and what is planned next? I mentioned that Martin has prepared something around ABB-free at home, and more will come. Next week we have another 2 sessions. The webinar dealing with the topic ABB-free at home and interfacing via API, application programming interface. So more open integration than the established one we have seen today will be possible then, but Martin will explain everything around this, what is already existing, what is coming up, and a very exciting topic in my opinion to do even more together with ABB-free at home. Yeah, and then a further online learning session around ABB-free at home together with 2 components, DALI gateway we have already and the split unit gateway, 2 a bit more comprehensive products we would like to explain more detailed here in this session on Thursday next week. So invitation I have sent out already, so I hope to see you then again. Good, then I say thank you for your participation. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye, ciao.